Hello, you guys. Today we're gonna get ready together, and low-key, I want to call this like a new series called Crystal Uncut, where I basically just film my home video without any cuts in between, maybe just some tweak of the audio. Like, this is before the audio treatment, and this is the after audio treatment. So I did think Crystal will handle that. And yeah, maybe have some like quick cuts in between here and there if really like necessary. But today, I want to do like a very simple, what's my current makeup routine and the things I've been loving recently, just showing it to you guys. So everything will be in the description box down below. And yeah, I won't show every single product, but everything will be in the description box below. So I want to like yap about something, and you guys let me know how you feel about this too, okay? Is it just me, or is K-beauty like looking very, very similar to one another? Like, if you were to take brand A and put it next to brand B, they will look the same, more or less, with each other. And I was like, this is a bit, of a snooze fest. And it doesn't really help that, K-beauty is all about, natural beauty, I'm barely wearing any makeup, that kind of look, even though I'm wearing like multiple layers of makeup, that kind of thing, which no shade, nothing wrong with that. But I just feel that the color story that every brand is putting out right now, it's so similar to one another. Okay, I think similar is an understatement. Every brand is literally copy-pasting, regurgitating everything. And it's so boring. And I love K-beauty. You guys know that this whole channel here is built around the love of K-beauty. I love K-beauty. It's the first category or genre of makeup that I started off with because, it's affordable. It's like the gateway introduction to makeup. That's why I started off. And I still love it, many years later. But the innovation, people, like, where's the innovation? It's so bland. And, especially spearheaded with the fact about, like, the personal color analysis thing. Was I a sucker for it? Yeah, I ate that thing up. I swear, everyone was talking about that spring, summer, fall, winter color palette, what's good, what's bad, that kind of thing. And then every brand now in the market is just capitalizing on it. And you see the same color palette in every brand. If I were to tell you right now, a summer pink and a winter pink, you more or less have that same idea of like, the winter pink is slightly more saturated and a little bit brighter compared to the summer pink color story, And it's shown in every single product category of makeup. For example, like lipstick, lip tints, eyeshadow. I'm gonna be real with you, it's such a snooze fest. I think it's so boring. And at this point, I'm low-key a bit bored of K-beauty. I think I am, because everybody is just doing the same, can I curse? Same shit. Everybody is doing the same shit. And I'm just like, this is so boring. Have I blended out my tinted primer? Yeah, this is a tinted primer, by the way, the 1028 Oil Block. They sent this to me in PR, which, thank you. I've really been enjoying this, to be honest, and I've been pairing it with the powder over here, which this one I really like. I'm just gonna add a bit more around the cheek area because I have a lot of redness and I'm breaking out over here right now. I think the time of the month is coming up. Anyway, if I were to compare K-beauty to what it was back in maybe like 2013, 2014, like the 2010 era of K-beauty, right? You could distinctly tell which brand is which. Example, like Para and Etude. Remember when Etude had those super cute, is it Antoinette? I don't remember what's the word for it. But it was like Disney princess. That was their whole branding. And that's what really made Etude stand out from the rest. And like, people are gonna say like, times change, you gotta update your packaging and things like that to fit in with the trend, especially like Gen Z and yada yada yada, that kind of, that whole excuse, right? I agree to a certain extent, yes, that you gotta keep up with the times. but not at the expense of your creative direction. Does that make sense? Because every brand right now has a very clean font, simple packaging. If not, the colors are very bright. It's going to be catchy to catch your eyes on the shelf itself. And so I'm just like, okay, now what makes your brand any different from any other brand compared to, you know, Innisfree, Etude, I think Wigmake, I was about to say Wigmake, but I think that Wigmake it's standing out a little bit more compared to the rest. What other brands look so similar? Moonshot. Oh my god, you remember Moonshot is actually a YG brand. YG Entertainment, you know, that kind of edgy, different trendsetter, that kind of vibe. I remember owning a Moonshot lipstick long time ago when they were available here in Singapore in Sephora. Now they are just like any other basic D brand. I'm just like, you're boring. To make matters worse, of like kbeauty is all about East Asian beauty standards. So, you know, pale skin, big eyes, small face. Now it's kind of not really small lips, but, you know, fuller looking lips. Things like that. So, you know, things like skin tone and all that, you can't really change it. And yeah, it just makes matters worse because now in the K-beauty makeup industry, I feel like everything is just pale, straight up pale. There's no smoky, deep palette or whatsoever. The only one that I could really think of is the Rom and Kuromi palette. I can't remember what is it now being called, but I just remember it being the Kuromi palette because it was so different from all the other palettes. Remember when they had a Kuromi and a My Melody palette? I think I did share my general thoughts on it. I feel that the Kuromi palette, because it was like deep and different compared to the My Melody one, which is, you know, oh my god, cherry pink, and like, it's not cherry pink, sorry, but more of like, you know, pink nudes, you know, that kind of thing, which is like, snooze fest. We have seen this before as well. So yeah, that's why I feel that the Kuromi palette did very well. So, and then obviously Ramen made it a permanent item because it sold well. Gonna take some green beige color corrector. This one I've been really loving a lot. Low-key kind of understand it from like a business POV because, you know, whatever that's gonna trend right now will probably sell really, really well. And obviously it's a business, they want to make money. But also the lack of creativity, ironically, coming from like a makeup brand where it's like supposed to be like, oh, creative, you know, look good, things like that. The lack of creative individuality from individual brands, it just drives me insane. When I do, you know, makeup reviews and things like that, I like it when brands do something different. So that's why Wigmake sticks with me a little bit more compared to the rest. Could they be a little bit more innovative and, you know, not make the same 5 shades of pink, red, and transparent jelly blues for their lip palettes? Yeah, you know, it can be a little bit different. But that's why I remember Wigmake, because they're doing something different compared to the rest, which I don't think the other brands are just as ready yet to create color. Now granted, even though Wigmake does very colorful eyeshadow palettes, do I feel like it's a little bit excessive? Yes, because I think that the color story could be a little bit more cohesive, and I feel that sometimes there are shades within the palettes that end up duping themselves, and it's so unnecessary. Realistically speaking, when are we ever going to go through an eyeshadow palette that is full of blues? Most likely not. If we were to wear a blue eyeshadow in today's society, it would be like, ooh, I'm really feeling it. Maybe I'm going for a party, a night out or something like that. So that's why I feel that, especially when it comes to their more colorful palettes, they could go a little bit, you know, smaller, maybe a 9-pan. Actually, the 9-pan palettes for K-beauty brands were such a good idea. I don't know why they kind of low-key stopped. I know not say stop, but it's not as popular as compared to when it first hit the market. The one that I think that really made 9 pan palettes really popular was like the 3CE Overtake palette. Oh, that was good. Nowadays, they don't really do 9 pan palettes anymore. I mean, they still carry it, but the ones that they do come out frequently right now is the 12 pan, the longish one, and also some like cheek and face quad combined with eyeshadow palette. So it's not as condensed as a 9 pan palette. This is like the one and only powder that I can use and get away with. This is the Oil Block powder, and they only have one shade, which is kind of like not the best in shade range. This is in beige. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it in over here. And you know when you scroll on Instagram or TikTok and then you see these brands, promo pictures, they're coming out with a lot of, new items, things like that every month. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, who asked for this? Honestly, like nobody really asked for it. I don't feel as inspired or the urge to go and like pick it up because I already own said item, but maybe from a different brand. And I think nowadays when it comes to, capitalism and consumerism, I feel like I need to take a step back and like, okay, tell myself I don't need to own every single nice and shiny item. And even as a content creator, when I look at all the other creators who get PR and things like that, I'll be like, oh, that's so nice. I will like that too. But I don't need it because I genuinely have too much makeup. And nowadays I feel like I'm trying to rationalize in my head that, okay, I do not need this item at all. I will try and sit on it for a couple of days, a week or two, see if the urge to buy it is still there. And if it's still there, maybe I can consider getting it. But as much as I, criticize kbeauty almost throughout this video so far, can I just say the good things about kbeauty? I know, I come across as a hater of kbeauty, but there are good things about kbeauty. This one's a little bit subjective because it really depends on where you are residing in as well. But for me, I still feel that kbeauty is still way much more affordable as compared to Western beauty. And you know what? Like I said, this is a bit subjective, but the deals that we have here online from the official Korean stores is so good that it's even sometimes cheaper to buy it online, get it shipped here, rather than buying the actual product in Korea itself, which sounds insane. And also, as much as people criticize that kbeauty's foundation shades are not the most inclusive, I want to counterattack and say that Western beauty base makeup, yes, they have a wide variety of shades, but most of the times on Asian skin tone, they end up looking way, way, way too yellow or way too orange. I said it, I feel like my eyeliner, this is looking a little bit thicker than this side, but you know what? We'll roll with it. Let me just curl my lashes. So if you think about it, mascara as well, absolutely despise Western mascaras because their bristles are never this thin, and me having short, straight Asian lashes, this type of bristles is essential to make sure I catch all of my very sparse lashes. Makeup is such a subjective matter, and it depends on your personal preference as well. For all you know, you might have nice, luscious, long lashes that I'm like, girl, I'm so envious of you. Oh my gosh. And you know what? You might love Western brands more because they just have a bigger bristle and they catch more and you have lesser time trying to like finesse all your lashes. So yeah, it really depends on your own personal makeup preference and what are you working with essentially. And if you like something that I dislike, you know what? Let's be civil about it. We can agree to disagree. I would love to hear your thoughts. Oh no, I just felt the mascara won't touch the skin of my under eye. I have to clean that up later. I don't think I want anything specifically from K-beauty other than to be slightly different, you know, in their identity and the products that they release. We really don't need to have the same personal color palettes of makeup being released by every single brand, because we want something different at this point. Don't be a copycat, please. I've been using this single eyeshadow from Amelie. This is, I think, also another indie brand, Korean indie brand. And this is in 219 Ballerina. And it's a single eyeshadow, but I've been using it as my blush. And obviously, did I buy it off like the personal color thing? Yes. So before you come for me, I'm also a victim. I am a victim of the personal color analysis thing. And oh my gosh, personal color analysis is another whole topic, which I've already did somewhat of an update about my thoughts on it like 1 year later after getting it done, right? I think I just come to the point where, yes, it's nice to know what is your personal color analysis, but like don't make it like the end all be all kind of thing. I must follow my whole wardrobe according to this personal color analysis thing, because if not, I am so-called ugly or just like I don't look lively in today's society. Like, just wear whatever you want to wear. And you know what? Clothing and makeup and all this type of thing, you can easily, you know, remove, take it off, change it up, replace it, wash it off. So I think it's also like a mindset thing of like not to take things too seriously. In the grand scheme of things, if you love to wear a pink dress that everyone says that it's not in trend right now, just do it. If you want to wear a Barbie pink lip, even though I say that I don't like it, you should wear it because you enjoy it, okay? So I don't want to like see people conform to like societal norms just because people said so. You know? Okay, this is getting a little bit too deep. I feel like the brands that are actually innovating and doing something different are maybe like 3 brands. So Ramen, Wake Make, and Basic. I feel like these 3 brands are there. The rest are a bit like, you're a little bit boring. Just straight up, you're boring. I love Cleo, but honestly, when it comes to the color selection of their products, like the shades of like lip tints, eyeshadow palettes, yeah, they themselves are also caught in that loop of personal colors only, nothing more than that. Because anything more than that, it's out of the norm. Then, you know, that kind of thing. I want to see dark vampy colors. I want to see jewel tones. I want to see deep vampy lippies from brands. I know deep vampy lippies are kind of slowly like trickling down into like mainstream K-beauty market right now. I see a little bit more brands coming out of that. For example, I think Free's Blurry Pudding Pots, when I look back at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, some colors are, you know, a little bit out there, a little bit different compared to the typical lineup of lip tints. Essentially, more variety, more shades of things, but with different undertones, but keeping it suitable for Asian skin tones. I think that's essentially it. That's my general gripe with K-beauty nowadays. And this is the makeup look that we have over here. What do you guys think? Normally I wear something like this to the office, but maybe without contact lens. And the wing won't be as dramatic as it is today, but you know what? I feel like it balanced out the look. So this is what we're working with. And yeah, I also tried to curl my hair last night, but I think it's low-key a little bit of a flop. Your girl is trying to get into hairstyling, so if you guys have any tips, recommendations, things like that for hairstyling tools, let me know. I know Babyless, Vodena, what else? I nearly bought a Dyson Airwrap the other day, but I was like, oh, I do not need this expensive investment, which I don't even know whether I would enjoy it. So yeah, I'm just playing around with a $20 hair straightener from Simplast right now. So this is a little bit of a flop. Okay, we're gonna put it back. I don't want to embarrass myself. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on what do you guys think of K-beauty right now. Drop it down in the comments below. Let's keep it civil. I know I trust y'all, but sometimes there's that 1 or 2 wild comments of like, oh boy, okay. Keep in check. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one over here.